And welcome back to Healthcare Sucks. That was Weenie. What the hell? After not making a video for a couple days, I can't even do Healthcare Sucks. Healthcare Sucks! That's right, we're back. We've just been a little bit busy lately. I kind of told you what's been going on. Let's not beat around the bush. Since we spoke last, they're opening up the gates, opening up the states, while the numbers are still climbing the ladder. So is this wise? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm unsure about it, guys. I know we have to do something, and I know we don't want to lose our freedoms. So with that being said, I guess that's the move, but there could be consequences. Okay, on the other point, I'm happy to tell you finally the president has come out, and along with, if you go back and look through my videos where the Wuhan 19 came from, we know it came from the bioweapon lab, CDC lab in Wuhan. We know this was, without a doubt, a bioweapon. This was genetically engineered, and the president has now more or less come out and accused them of it. Why Pompeo, it looks like, has kind of jaunted around a little bit too. And then, lo and behold, of course, the deep staters, the other side of the fence is all, oh no, it definitely wasn't a bioweapon. It definitely wasn't an act of war. Really? And then they put out a propaganda thing. So let's start with that.
December.
Strange pneumonia cases reported.
Roger that.
January.
We discovered a new virus.
So what?
It's dangerous.
It's only a flu.
Wear a mask.
Don't wear a mask.
Stay at home.
It's violating human rights.
Building temporary hospitals.
It's a concentration camp.
Built in 10 days.
Show off.
Time to lockdown.
How barbaric.
February.
It's overwhelming our medical system.
Look how backward China is.
The virus is killing doctors.
Typical third world.
It's airborne.
It'll magically go away in April.
Everyone stay at home.
Violation of human rights.
March.
Our numbers are now dropping.
Impossible. Look at Italy.
We wore masks.
You lied to us.
We made our data public.
You kept everything secret.
Your people are now dying.
You didn't warn us.
We said it was dangerous.
You lied.
April.
We said it was airborne.
You gave false data. Why didn't you warn us?
We said it was dangerous.
The virus is not dangerous, but millions of Chinese are dead. Even though the virus is not dangerous, we are correct. Even though we contradict ourselves.
Gosh, just listen to yourself.
That's right. You lied. We did nothing for 3 months. And because the WHO agrees with China, we're cutting funding for the WHO.
Are you listening to yourselves?
We are always correct, even though we contradict ourselves.
That's what I love best about you Americans. Your consistency.
So with that being said, that's propaganda at its best. And it's animated. Geez. Yeah, and it's in English. So you don't think they're wanting to push it all to one side while covering up the truth? Let's listen to what the president has to say for a second.
Very strongly. Scientific people, intelligence people, and others.
And what gives
And
you
we're going to put it all together. I think we're going to have a very good answer eventually.
and what gives you
And
a
China
high,
might even tell us. China may tell us.
and what gives you a high degree of confidence that this originated from the Wuhan Institute of Virology?
I can't tell you that. I'm not allowed to tell you that.
Mr. President. Let's go to Los Angeles to speak to our reporter Phil Lavelle for a little bit.
Official pressure, because what they did to General Flynn was a disgrace. Well, it was a total disgrace. It's shocking. And I hear even more information came out today. What they tried to do to destroy him and to hurt this presidency was perhaps in our country's history, there's never been anything like it. An absolute disgrace. But I'll rely on what the vice president said. I can say this, and I think you understand this, John, very well. What happened to General Flynn should never happen again to a citizen of this country. Yes, please.
You said that Michael Flynn would come.
And that was just kind of a drop for a minute. We all know the Michael Flynn thing was a bunch of hoo-ha. There was mistakes made, but he fell on the sword for the president, which is what you do. And then he got raped through the coals, just like several other people, that if you're on one side of the fence, the system wants to hang you. But on the other side of the fence, the people that we know that burned up tapes, smashed Blackberries, and etc. are walking around free as day. And you can be on the FBI, DOJ, or any of those and lie and do a lot more than that and get away with it. So I thought I'd just bring you a quickie. You know me, I try to graze away from the political as much as possible without diving too deep into it. Let's take a look at this for a minute.
Effect in diminishing the time to recovery.
How long until we have a treatment or a vaccine? I'll talk to Sir John Bell from Oxford University, where a promising vaccine study is well underway. Also, declaring victory.
I think when you ask how did we do, I think we did a spectacular job.
With more than 60,000 dead and 30 million out of work, is the Trump administration risking its own mission accomplished moment? And pole vault. Joe Biden takes the lead in battleground states, but now calls are growing for a fuller investigation of charges by his accuser, Tara Reid. Joining me for insight and analysis are NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Casey Hunt, former Congressional Budget Director Douglas Holtz-Eakin, infectious disease physician Dr. Nahid Badalia, and Amy Walter, national editor for the Cook Political Report. Welcome to Sunday. It's Meet the Press and our continuing coverage of the coronavirus pandemic.
From NBC News in Washington, the longest-running show in television history, this is Meet the Press with Chuck Todd.
Good Sunday morning. It was on January 6th that the CDC first issued a travel notice for Wuhan, China. Consider what has happened in less than 4 months' time. More than 1.1 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been diagnosed in the U.S., and more than 66,000 Americans have died. The American economy shrunk by nearly 5% in the first quarter, with the worst yet to come. And some 30 million Americans have filed for unemployment benefits just in the past 6 weeks. Those are the sobering numbers. But this has not been like other crises. Think 9/11, Oklahoma City, even the Challenger accident. Instead of being united in grief, much of America is divided by politics. We see it in the anti-social distancing protests in states extending stay-at-home guidelines. We see it in a Gallup poll that finds 44% of Republicans would be willing to return to normal activities right now if there were no restrictions at all, while only 4% of Democrats say the exact same thing. We see it in Vice President Pence not wearing a face mask at the Mayo Clinic, where it's the rule. We can even see it in the Wall Street Journal report that the Trump campaign has ordered red Trump-branded face masks for supporters. It all prompted this statement yesterday from former President George W. Bush.
Oh my goodness.
In the final analysis, we are not partisan combatants. We are human beings, equally vulnerable and equally wonderful in the sight of God. Of course, there have been countless acts of kindness, generosity, and heroism, especially from our healthcare workers. But much of that good news is obscured by the intensifying and often partisan debate over when and how to reopen this country.
Going to open safely and quickly, I hope, because we have to get our country back.
The president is pressing states to end stay-at-home orders. And by tomorrow, 33 states will have begun the process of at least partial reopening after federal social distancing guidelines expired on Thursday.
Mother's Day's coming up. Your mama told you to wash your hands and cover your nose and mouth if you cough. As long as we do those simple things and use common sense, we ought to be just fine.
They did misleading pictures acting like, this was like Lollapalooza on the beach or something like that. Has there been some type of major outbreak? No.
But in Michigan, where armed demonstrators stormed the Capitol this week,
swastikas and Confederate flags, nooses and automatic rifles do not represent who we are as Michiganders. Nothing that I want more than to just flip the switch and return to normal. But that's not how it's going to work, unfortunately.
On Tuesday, the president promised to meet the testing benchmark set by a Harvard study.
You said you're confident you can surpass 5 million tests per day? Is that?
Well, we're going to be there very soon.
On Wednesday, he walked that back.
I didn't say it, but somebody came out with a report saying 5 million. I think that was from the Harvard report. But we are going to be there at a certain point.
Even so, the president and his political aides are trying to recast the federal response to the pandemic as a success story.
We did all the right moves. I think we did a spectacular job.
Okay, so pretty much so, let's say the love affair of the left and the right, the wedding, the honeymoon is over. It's officially revving back up, as you notice, where I've tried to get us to be Team 99, to be one and throw away all the politics. It's revving up more and more. I mean, literally in the last couple days, I have actually seen it like double or triple. They're starting to unleash the political war dogs of both sides again, guys. I urge you to not get sucked up by it this time. Again, remember, Team 99. We're awesome, man. I know you're watching. Remember 99%. The other 1% are the guys out of the, remember, 2.2 trillion. Well, that was Wall Street, and the banks got the money first. It was 1.2 to 1.5 trillion went to them. Well, yes, we got Nancy Pelosi crumbs. Us, as we were told by other political people, the deplorables. Well, guess what? The deplorables make up 99%. So I urge you guys, don't get sucked in by either side. As we go forward in the state levels and all the way to the presidency, if there is a vote by then, I urge everybody to take a serious look. Or we need to come up with a third party and agree on it and just write in this person's name and a write-in. If we did that, we could tip the scales. And that's what I'm pushing for myself, is to tip the scales, not to the left or the right, but where we think it should go. To one of us, deplorables maybe. How would that be for deplorables to run the government? Wouldn't that be a little slap of the head for those Wall Street people, those bankers? Let us get in the driver's seat. Boy, things would change, wouldn't it, very fast? Okay, so as far as the Wuhan thing goes, I'm not candy coating, and I haven't from the beginning. Go back and watch my earlier tapes. We know this thing came out of there. We know it was a bioweapon. We know that they initially spread it in their own people by spitting on things and causing problems. Wait, how many months ago was that? Just 2 or 3 months? Not years, but doesn't it seem like it's been years? Take a look at this refresher course, guys. Spitting on the counters, guys. People trying to escape the quarantine zones. Remember this? Remember the scenes of this. People being locked down in their apartment. Let us not forget. Let us not forget where this thing came from and what happened and what ended up with us being locked down ourselves. And we're still not free. And we're still not out of danger. So with that being said, I think my dog's having an issue over there, guys. I hope you didn't hear that. If you did, disclaimer, it wasn't me. It was a dog. Damn, dog. Anyway, guys. Let's not forget these scenes.
就让俺别那个的回来那个他妈在谁的？搁哪走？新人民医院。等等我。不进医院啊？好。走。但你就咳嗽，你总要
Why are you coughing? Where are you from? I'm from Bodung. Son, you don't sound like you're from there with your accent. Are you having a cold? Have you been to Wuhan?
Huh?
Have you?
Huh?
I just got back. I just got back from there. I'm going to the hospital now. You need to get out now. Hurry up. Should I call the police? Should I call the police, guys? Is that not where we're living? Is that not what we've went through? In some cases in Canada, you guys, in Australia, in other countries, did we not? Are we not experiencing these? Do we not? Again, do we not? How quickly do we forget where this thing came from and where nobody said, "Oh, it's not going to come here. It's not going to be here." And if we would have shut down the airplanes and all this stuff, would it have still gotten here? Well, come to find out, if you've watched my videos for a while, they were sending people who were infected over here. They sent people in little duck-looking mask kind of things, kind of similar to these face masks, with little pots, you know, begging for money, saying, "Hug me." And yeah, go back and watch my videos. It's on there, guys. So the bottom line is this thing, let's call it what it is, an act of war. Let's not dance around. This is a bioweapon. The time for China to pay is now. What have they done? What have they cost the world? More money than we'll even ever know. And our freedoms. Do you not remember what a rock concert looked like? Or a Billy Joe concert? Or a Hank Williams concert? Or remember what a concert was? Have you seen one of those in a while? Well, I've personally used to go to concerts, and I can tell you it was a hell of a lot of fun. And just that is enough to rob us of, and the safety of going out, getting food, the toilet paper war shortage. Oh my goodness. And now they're trying to come back from all that they've lost. They think they're going to retake the world without even a shot fired. This is war. The time for us all to wake up and remember it's today. Let us not forget where this came from, how it happened, and that it's not over yet, guys. And once they say it's over, it's not. I urge you to always remember this. Team 99, I know you will. You're awesome, guys. Any other watchers that tune in for Healthcare Sucks? Welcome aboard. We don't candy coat. We're not going to candy coat. We don't do this for the money or the fame. We do it to bring you what you need to know, and then you make the logical decision. We urge you to go out and dig through the files. I urge you to go back and look at where it started on my videos, guys. Because we're going to do that. You and I. Over the next few videos, time to time, we're going to delve into the past. Because you know what? And this is true. From history is where our future comes from, guys. By the mistakes we made in the past. By learning to keep our eyes open for the clues we missed. When you take a second or third look, you see these things. You're more aware, you're more awake. You don't say the words conspiracy theory. You don't say that could never happen here. Because it has. And it is. And it's not over, and it's not going to be over, guys. Even when this restarts and people are out, we don't know a second or third time of this. This thing is a monster. It was engineered, guys. It's far from over. So as much as, yes, I don't want to wear the mask. I don't want to wear the gloves. I want my freedom. I do urge states to let local people go out locally and do our things and enjoy our stuff. Period. And then there's going to have to be some compromise with the people that live in the cities. They can't be caged up in there. Do we not remember what happened on the ships and how it spread? I personally, the days of cruises on ships is done. Those ships need to be sank. Literally. Not in an act of war, in an act of preservation. You're never going to get all the germs and all the cooties off of that stuff. It's never going to be safe to take a ship again. And the airlines got bailed out. They're not hurting. Now oil bottomed out, negative. We're going to be bailing them out too. So what has this cost us? Everything. So the time to make a stand is today. Those people that are out there protesting, wanting this and wanting that, if any of you guys are hearing this, yes, we do want our freedoms. We do want things open again. We do. But in addition to that, let's not forget where this came from, guys. Are we going to wait till next time they pull us? Do they not need to be taught a lesson that they cannot get away with damaging or attacking the world? If you live in other countries, I urge you. Canada, I urge you. Italy, I urge you. France, I urge you, my brothers and sisters. In Australia, the ones that I feel were hit terribly hard. I urge you, let's not forget. Let's hold them accountable. Any debts that China holds on any countries are nil and void immediately. And that money that the government would or wouldn't pay them should come back to its citizens. This thing of us getting more stimuluses, this thing that was floated around like 206 months worth of bills, or 2,000 a month in bills, everybody should get that. That's under $100,000 income, guys. Let's get real. If you're making over $100,000, you're set. Let's not be greedy. Let's not become bankers over this. But us, the 99%ers, Team 99. It's not we want everything for free. It's that for once we can use that word entitled. We are entitled. Our lives were ruined. Our friends died. And it's still not done. We still have no freedoms. Do you not wake up and wonder, am I going to get the cootie next? I mean, even if you're flamboyant and you're praying and you have the Lord's shield and armor and everything ongoing, guys, you still wonder, am I going to get the cootie? The Wuhan 19. Yes. We don't candy coat it here. The Wuhan is not over yet. And the part of retaliation and payback and accountability is not over either. And again, I promise you, right now, and you look back after you watch this down the road, have I not called a few things right at least? If they get away with this, they'll be back more and it'll be worse. And again, with a bioweapon, it's made to do these things. It will come back around. Who's to think it wouldn't? Did we not look at SARS? Did we not look at the other ones and compare them? What and if and when this thing mutates again? How damaged is it going to be? What if it crossbreeds between 2 or 3 other things? Bioweapons are made to do these kind of things, guys. And I love you all. And we are supposed to say we use the Fair Use Act. Nothing here is real until that Wuhan monster's knocking. Well, we think he went away in some states. Maybe he's not outside my door right now, but he's not very far away. And the ones that created him got some more Wuhan 19 monsters coming. So let's not forget where and who needs to pay, needs to compensate us, the world, everybody outside of that government. That government needs to be shut down. Not just today, but tomorrow and forever. And I'm not looking or trying to get people to start anything violent ever. We don't do that here. We inspire you guys to go out and pick up a phone, write a letter. If you want to protest, hey guys, I'm for it. Just non-violent, always. I know a lot of you are watching other channels and other things right now. And there's a lot out there, and there's a lot saying what's coming down the road. You know, we got some really knowledgeable people. Pastor Paul, I bring him up, and Michael counts all the time, talking about the rays out there and the meteor situation. We got Israel News Live talking about things going on, and the mark of the beast, and the things that could be in the shot diddle-diddle-dees. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, guys. We don't need to totally blow this video out of the water. I'd like to at least let it get seen a little bit by a few people. And then we've got factual things, our food shortages. That's real, guys. Chickens, beef, pork is being... like what they did in Wuhan. Do we not remember that? Do I need to bring that up and show you? Where they pushed them in a hole and buried things. Where they put them in incinerators. Do we not remember the incinerators, guys? I covered that too. Truck box incinerators. They pulled them off and they burned. Who knows what all they burned back then. And may still be doing so. It's China. I'll tell you what. Excuse me for a minute. One good thing that we know. I'm going to check the video. We're good to go. One good thing we know is Earth is recovering. One other thing I want to bring up to you guys about the climate hoaxes and the not that there wasn't damage to the water. We know there was. Not that there wasn't damage to the ozones. Not that there wasn't this or that going on. Because there was things going on. We know. But what I'm bringing to you now, and think about this for a minute. Years and years and millions and billions of dollars were given to these organizations. And they said it was going to take 10 or 20 years or the rest of our lives to refix what was broken. I think it's only been, 2 to 4 months? And things are pretty well healed up. From what I heard, the ozone big hole out there's healed. The water in Italy and other canals and other places, you can see the bottom. The ocean's looking awesome, guys. How many months was that? Not years? And how much money did we give to these bozos? That's, we have to do this and we have to do that. Well, I guess we did it. So when things get back the other direction a little, I hesitate to ever say back to normal. Because you know what? That was another lifetime ago, guys. Do you not see that was another lifetime ago that we lived prior to December of last year, January of this year? It was a different world. Are we in like a Star Trek, 3D, you know what I'm talking about, little lab deal, 3D, virtual reality situation. Is that where we all been living? Was that a different life? Are we stuck in one now? We're not. What we're stuck with is what we were left. Are we supposed to be thankful? Yeah, thank the Lord. Thank things that we have and that we haven't lost more lives, more of what we've had. A gilded cage is still a gilded cage, guys. Just because they keep the power on and our TV's going and our little devices, that's only because they plan to control us like dogs. And it's working. People that would have never been locked up, people that would have never gave up their rights, folded and gave them all up. They won. They won. I'm not by no means ever going to say that this thing was a hoax, because it's not. But what I'm saying is there's other agendas. There's Agenda 21, Event 203, or 201, I can't remember which. There's patent number WO 2020 060606 by who other than Dr. Evil himself, Mr. Microsoft. What does that equal? World Order 2020 666. Really, guys? You can't make this stuff up. Now, I know this is a lengthy tape. You know what? I hope you all stay for it. And I hope you give lots of comments, guys. And I hope you do your own research. And I really hope you start your own videos, guys. I can't do a lot, but I'd help you any way I could. I urge you guys to not give up the battle. And one more time I'm going to say, let us not forget. Because if we forget this, what's it been for? What have you sacrificed? How much are we supposed to sacrifice and get a $1,200 measly check? In some cases, people got $4,000. They had a couple kids and a wife and a husband. $4,000. And people that were in the deplorables, the seniors, disabled, mentally ill, the homeless, and all those people, only a few of those have gotten checks. And even that, are we supposed to roll over and say, that's so wonderful? Because it's not. It's a drop in the bucket. And while businesses are going to just go away and expire and never be seen again, and people that, like one of my people I met locally, just sold the business to their son. He still hasn't gotten a loan. While big fat cat companies are getting, that have a net worth, believe it or not, $42 million net worth a year, got a $20 million loan. That's half of their net worth. How in the hell do you get a half of your net worth loan? I'm serious. So we've got everything else to deal with. Then we've got the government, the fat cats, the banks, the Wall Streeters screwing us again and again. And they're going to continue to do it too. Are we going to let them do it too? One thing, this is the time that, remember that Obama guy promised us change but couldn't deliver? And every other president almost has used that change word. maybe they got the word right. Change. Now, today, our future. We, the Team 99, the 99%. If we don't do something and make the change this time, we are back in the full-fledged cage. And next time, they're not going to let us out. You're going to be walking around with the mark of the beast. You're going to be handed these... People are waiting 3 hours for little itty-bitty food boxes to feed their families. You want to live like that the rest of your life? You want to pay a third, a half of your check in taxes when... What did they do? Who got the monies? Who got bailed out? Who got helped? Am I appreciative if I was one to get $1,200? Gosh, that's nice, $1,200. Does it compensate me for what I've gone through? Hell no. The Wall Streeters made millions. They made trillions, which netted millions, in some cases maybe even billions for people that we'll never know. And it's disgusting. And the time to put an end is now. It just is. So with that, again, let's not forget